And welcome back to another track guide video. Sorry it's late, I know I've been really busy at school, been doing my A-levels and whatnot. But without any further ado, let's get into the video. So Japan, a very tricky circuit. Yeah, this lap's interesting because I do really bad at one point, which I'll show later on. So coming into turn one, you brake a bit later than the game says. You can see we only start braking now. And then it's just about trying to hold the car as close to this inside curb as possible. So I go to third gear and I short shift back up to fifth very quickly just to get the better traction because the car's very wobbly on exit, especially with the setup I've got. And then, and then coming onto this curb, it's very easy to invalidate running wide here, oddly enough, so be wary of that. And then again, it's just going to be about trying to carry momentum through this whole S section. So I'm flat out 7th gear. I find 7th gives it a bit more stability. And then coming around, I actually lift a tiniest bit through there at the end, just before you come to this braking, just to make sure the car doesn't spin. Then I go down to 6th gear just to carry the momentum through, slightly on the throttle, not 100%. And that's just because the car won't do 100% throttle, it just doesn't have the grip necessary. I guess that's what makes this S section so hard. And then come back through here, you want to do a slight dab of no throttle. This curb is very odd because it can sometimes spin you. As you can see, back onto 100% throttling, quick downshift to 5th, just trying to keep the inside curb in sight of our front right tyre, and then slowly roll on the throttle on exit, ease it on, and then absolutely gas it when you get traction. Now this corner is flat out sometimes, but with the setup I'm using, I do a slight dab of lift, as you can see there. There we go, so just about 70% throttle just to make sure the car doesn't slide around too much. You see we get a massive slide, and that really compromises us in terms of speed carried through. And then this corner is, I absolutely fucking love it, lads. It's just, so it's one downshift, no brake, send. Like, genuinely, there's no regard for track limits. You've just got to absolutely send. If I just show it in a one-time speed, you've just got to absolutely downshift to 7th and send it completely across there. And then this corner is about hooking up. So use the exit curve to go down to 3rd gear. Then really, really, really avoid spinning on exit. It's really easy to do because you think you're carrying a lot of momentum. But you're actually only going about 90 miles an hour. So you are quite low on downforce. And as you can see, we're gentle on the power. And we still get a cheeky slide oversteer. But we managed to deal with it. Now, this section, I'm just going to let it play at 1x2 because it's awful. Look, I don't know what I was doing. My head completely went. Basically, you want to hook it as much to the inside as possible. Obviously, just do a normal hairpin. That was awful from me. As you see, we lost like the 2.5 tenths we were up, obviously. But nonetheless, we keep going. We endeavour. A double downshift to 6th. A very fast corner. Very similar to a track like Silverstone or Spa, where you're just almost on the edge of grip, but still very high speed, so you need to be confident on the throttle. So just rolling on the throttle, get a slight snap with that steel, dealt with nicely, and then it's a completely flat out run. It's a flat out right hander, don't lift, it's like, just don't. And then for the final 2 corners, I don't optimize these as much as possible, by no means. So I go down to 2nd gear for the first corner, I believe. Yeah. No, keep it in 3rd apparently. Then I hook up the right, and then here I could have hooked it up more. You can really abuse a lot of this here. So I would aim to put my front left tyre here. But as you can see, I don't do that. But we keep some speed going. Get a nice exit is very important. Short shifting, again, if you're using no traction, incredibly important. Just to keep the throttle going on. And that's going to culminate in a lap time of a 1:25.6 flat, or a 1. As you can see, you had that massive mistake which cost us 2 tenths, which is far from ideal. Sorry again for it being late. I hope you enjoyed it.